Hey guys, I wanted to do something different tonight, and just before I started this video I was just having a clean up in my room, bit of blitzing because the girls are back to school tomorrow, or some of them, and as I picked up in my room some of the books that I have, I opened up my art folder and I just want to show you some of my art, because I just feel like there's a few of you in this collective who maybe I've connected with elsewhere, and we have similar gifts, similar sparks. So I was thinking maybe Kimmy, you and I might relate right here. Who else have we got? I'm not sure who this one was. The feathers. I think this is a few of you actually, with the whole past life Native American vibes of being aware of your kind of like previous incarnations, shall we say. And that's my Pocahontas, who I always see and relate to, which is why I wear a lot of feathers. This one, I think this divine angel, mermaid perhaps, and a few of you that see yourselves as the ability to be in both water and the human world, the 3D world, but there's something majestic and magical about you. I just wanted to share some of those for a little light visual. And as I was doing that, I felt like I was being told that to try and capture what I might see come through as I'm talking to you. And Turtle, we all thought of you today. I hope you're doing well. I hope the day went okay, and we all wished you well on Brooke's channel, and I hope you felt that energy and love and light come to you today. So I've got you here on my table. You're here with us in spirit. So this evening I felt quite calm all day actually, quite calm. Been having a few chats, hopped onto Brooke's live earlier. A few of you been messaging through the day. Much love to Naz and everyone over there in Florida. We're sending lots of love and protection to you in these hurricanes. So I'm just going to pull a few cards, see what comes through, and then I will share this picture that I have going on in my mind if it feels appropriate. So how have you felt? How have you been? Are you getting, I'm really interested, are you getting, oh, look what just came out, guys. Soul family, soul tribe, that's us. I'm going to put that there. Look at us, we're all like collected here. So I'm going to put my soul family there. It really is a beautiful space to share with you all. So thankful for my soul family. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm interested to know, going on what we were talking about this morning, about like purpose and being called into maybe being feeling uncomfortable in where you're at, being called into something else. What were your thoughts on that? Are you feeling anything in particular? How does that look for you? Look, we have you are already doing it. I think a lot of us are now. A lot of us are just going, stuff it. It's time. It's time to stand up and shine. It's time to share my gifts. It's time to be seen. It's time to be heard. It's time to stop shying away and just be led by our own hearts, by spirit. And I do really feel it is time. The picture of the cornfield that I had a few days ago, so immediately after that I had this, you know, the experience where I literally felt heaven drop, and I was not in this dimension. Something dropped and something changed for me that night. And then I felt like I had a kind of recovery day, almost like having to integrate that experience into my reality. And now I just feel calm. I feel completely like, whatever, like whatever's meant to be will be, and I'm just following. It's like you've got that torch on your head and it's dark, but the torch is illuminating a very straight line in front of you, and wherever your eyes are turned, that's the direction, that whatever catches your attention, that's the direction that I'm going. And I'm just kind of feeling very at peace and just I don't know, calm, very calm. We are protected. We are protected on this journey of awakening, and there are times when we feel like perhaps we're not, and that it can feel too much, or you're not sure what your gifts are, you're not sure where you're being led. Also, I've really enjoyed being in a real human space today. Sometimes you can have these amazing spiritual experiences and you feel a little bit quite disconnected from, normal life. Temperance. Okay, so patience. We want patience here as we wait on these gifts. This bird here is carrying these gifts, and these are your spiritual gifts. And for some of us, we know what they are, or we're starting to use them. And they've been with us for a very long time. It's just perhaps we haven't had the bravery or the capacity to use them. For others, we've used them in part, and as we are brave enough to start sharing our voice, these gifts, this bag is going to grow. So the gifts are going to grow and grow and grow, and your influence and your ability to use your gifts is going to increase with time. But there's that expression, to whom to whom much is given, there is much great responsibility, or something. So you're given a little bit, and if you prove that you can be responsible with that, then you'll get a promotion. Not a promotion, but they're like, oh, okay, you proved that you can use these gifts, and you're using them for the right reasons, not for your own gain. So let's give you more. But for a lot of us now, this is the card for us. We are carrying these gifts, and we're starting to use them, and we're opening up our wings, and we're opening up our voices, our expressions of what we want to give to the world. And I also noticed, like this, the red and the blue, there's this, perhaps this is spirit, or the spiritual insight here. This is and also your orange colors, your sacral chakra, your creativity energy. And then here you've got, perhaps this is you vocalizing it. So whatever, this creativity is coming heavenward, and your gifts are then being vocalized or made into matter in the 3D world. So you're using these gifts, and they are becoming real rather than just an idea. So much like this artwork, maybe that's why I've brought it in. This artwork was once a picture in my mind, or a picture elsewhere that I've transferred onto this paper. This used to be a blank piece of paper, but I have physically done something about it, and this has appeared here. So in the same way, your gifts, as you start to use them and start to put them down, start using them, then they are created. And there's a lot of us that have had these ideas and this awareness or this knowledge that we have these gifts, but we haven't had the push behind us to actually bring it into reality. And that's going to be happening a lot. People are going to be having creative, heaven-given ideas or spirit-inspired creativity, and our heads are here, seeing it, receiving it, and then we are going to create it, and it's going to drop into our physical reality. And with that, it's going to have an effect on the people that see it, feel it, hear it, because it's going to be tangible. It's going to be tangible. I feel, oh yes, here we go, what's this? I feel that, not the magician, this is another one, I think. the magician. So this is the ability to create. This is creating your own reality. This is your creativity. This is manifestation. This is remember that picture that I had of the high priestess was going into a vortex, and she had a magic wand. She has the ability to create and to do magic, and she was using it. This is you using your magic. This is you using your gifts. Same message, different picture to express it. Okay, the picture that I had, I'm going to quickly draw it. It was a lighthouse, and it's just going to do it a really rough. So this lighthouse was on all these rocks, and there was all this water around, and the light was shining out, and it was doing its circulatory around these rocks, sort of shedding light on the areas around it. And in the water below, there was teams and teams of fish. What do they call them? I can't remember the name for a plural of fish. Anyway, my mind's gone blank. Anyway, there was these fish, and they were swimming and swimming, and they were wriggling, and it was as if I saw someone here, but the someone that was standing on the rock was the lighthouse. So this represented some of the collective. Their job was to stand on the rock and to make sure that this collective of fish in the water were seen. But unusually, the fish were wanting to jump out of the water. They didn't want to be in the water. They wanted this. They wanted to be up on the rock. Something was happening here, something magical. They wanted to be by the light. And the lighthouse was energetically helping these fish, and it was kind of, it was responding to them. And I saw a great net that was thrown out from the lighthouse. So maybe from the seers in the collective, the people that are able to see what's going on. It's like throwing a net that is going to help this team of fish. And the fish were caught in the net, and the lighthouse pulled them up. And then instantly, as the fish came into air, into space, into the oxygen, out of what you would think would be their natural habitat, water, as they came up out of the water, they turned into what I can only describe as like fireflies or fairies. And they instantly, as they hit the air, they transformed into these really fluttery sort of little fairies, I guess. They looked a lot like fairies, but they had these little lights on them. So they were much like fireflies, and they were flying around, and they were having all these experiences, and they were transformed through the lifting or the rising, which is what's happening, isn't it? And then in the distance, I saw this huge whale, huge, but it was traveling really slowly, but it had a smile on its face, and it just had this sense of solidness, of power, of majesticness. And there was something in me that was so pleased that this whale had arrived. And this whale arrived, and it really was, let's just say, it was let's give him a smile. I mean, these are very shocking pictures, but you get the picture. He came round the corner, bearing in mind all these fish are now up in the air. They've been transformed, and he arrived as they transformed, and they had to also exist in the water, but they didn't want to return to being fish. So they came, and as he arrived, the little fairies all came and landed on his back, and he held them in the exact space, like the horizon between the water and the air. So let's say that's the 3D and the 5D, and this is the divine masculine energy, and this is the divine feminine energy, and the balance between the two, this masculine energy created a landing pad for the transformed feminine energy to be safe and to coexist between both worlds. And there was something very grounding about it and very safe. So if you are a divine masculine on this awakening journey, there's something about the energy that is grounding and safe and a place for the feminine in her experiences and her flow and her creativity and her flittiness. It was a safe place for her to be, where she could exist in her natural world and in her waking world. So just ponder on that, because that's just come to me now, and there's quite a lot in that. Just ponder on that. And if you think that we have the divine masculine energy and the female energy within us all, then is there a place of grounding and safety that you can return to in yourself, even when you're on your own? Because ultimately, we're not always in connection, and we are having to bring that balance in on ourselves. But if you relate to the divine feminine, we are naturally wanting to be in this experience. We want this transformation. We're wanting to have these experiences which will change us. But at the same time, we have to also exist in this world, in this human reality, and there's something very safe about the masculine energy that allows us to do that. So I hope you're all well this evening. I hope that you're not feeling like those fish, that you're missing out, because the lighthouses are going to shine. Light is going to shine on you, and you will have this transforming experience, and you will find balance. And yeah, I love you all.